Gardening methods, containers, raised beds, raised rows, and more. Which type of garden is right for your space? Once you have decided what you want to grow, consider where and how to do it. Here is an overview of some of the most popular gardening methods that will help you plan your garden this year. Gardening method. There are many ways to garden, but which one is right for you and your space? Considering the following popular method: in ground garden beds. The most traditional gardens consist of a simple in ground garden bed, which is a plot of land in which the soil has been dug up, and rocks, roots, and weeds have been removed. Plants are grown directly in the ground. In ground gardening is typically cheaper than other methods as it doesn't require any extra building material. Plus, if your existing soil is good enough, you may not need to spend money amending it with additional loam or compost. Although we do recommend it, mixing some high quality compost or well aged manure into your bed anyway, as it will increase fertility the soil. The downside to in ground gardening is that it can take a lot of time and effort to create and maintain an in ground garden bed, depending on where you put it and how do you construct it. Raised rows. The technique is essentially a hybrid between traditional in ground gardening and raised bed. It combines the simplicity of an in ground bed with the better soil structure of a raised bed while sidestepping in the time and effort it takes to maintain an in-ground bed and cost of building a raised bed. A raised row is exactly what it sounds like: a raised area of soil and other organic materials such as compost, shredded leaves, mulch, or straw that is formed into a sort of row or hill. The idea of the raised row is to build a, a mound of rich, healthy soil that continually breaks down and enhances the entire gardening space. Compare this to a raised bed in which the soil never leaves a contained area. This method can be done over top of an existing garden bed, over a lawn or other patch of earth. If you have rocky, poor soil or just don't have the time or materials to build a true raised bed, consider using a raised row instead. Above ground garden beds, raised beds, and straw bales, raised beds. Raised bed gardening has been growing in popularity over the year, and for very good reason. A raised bed is essentially a large bottomless container that sits on top of the ground. It is typically a frame of wood, stone, or concrete that is built to your specifications, which placed in a sunny spot and filled with good quality soil.